What's up, guys? We are back. I am back. BS for Build is back. For those of you that don't know, I took a week-long break, like a Monday to Monday thing. It's the longest break I've taken in a really long time. It was really nice. Got me thinking about some things. Got me thinking about some new challenges, some new fun stuff to do on the channel. All sorts of good things. And that's actually where we're going first thing off today. Is I got a meeting to check out some larger shop space in case I want to expand. I'm not really sure, but it's some shop space I really want to check out. So we're on our way to do that right now. I'm about to miss my exit as well. And then the Z is back at the shop, or it's never been at the shop before. The Z has been transferred from the Bay Area of California to here. I want to show you guys all about it. Hopefully we'll break ground on it today. Should be some good stuff. Stay tuned. We're back. Super hot outside. Our biggest struggle over the next few days is going to be dealing with the heat. I don't do well with the heat. It gives me migraines, which is, I know it's a weird thing, but I kind of crap out pretty quickly. And it's supposed to be between 90 and 100 every day for the rest of the week. So cutting up a Z outside is going to be challenging, but we'll figure it out. So I'm out here on like the southern side of Portland, basically like in the suburbs outside of southern Portland, checking out this shop space. I just wanted to take a look at it, see what's available, see what big shop space actually looks like, in case I do want to carry out a plan of expansion. I've been thinking of a lot of things lately and like what's next for BS for Build, and if we may start building cars for clients and like customers on the side of doing what we're doing. And it's a possibility, but we need more shop space. So it's just something I've been kicking around, and I want to check out this shop space and see what it looks like. I just got done with my tour of the space. It was awesome. I want to tell you guys all about it and my ideas around it, but it's too hot. I got to get moving. It's 98 degrees in this car right now, and I broke the AC. We punctured the AC compressor with the zip tie mounted to a winch thing. I'm not really positive what did it, but it's toast. I gotta get this car moving, and I want to tell you guys all about it. I'm really excited about this idea. Okay, I made it home. It's so hot. It is so hot. This heat thing is not just going away on its own. It's nice and cool inside, but I cannot be inside. I gotta do my job. So we're in cars or we're outside. I gotta come up with a solution. I have a solution. I want to do it. We're going to BS for Build something and get us out of this heat mess. But before we do that, I need to take a second out to thank our sponsor. This episode is proudly sponsored by the mobile game Vikings War of Clans. You guys know about the game. I've talked about it many times on the channel before. They've sponsored so many episodes. They are one of the biggest sponsors of BS for Build. I love these guys. And this game is just flat out awesome. I play it all the time. It's the #1 game on my phone. If you like the RPG games of back in the 90s and the 2000s, then you will really, really like this type of game. You build up a village, you build up an army, you can play to your own play style. So if you're a guy that likes to manage people, you can run a clan and you can help arrange battles with your armies. Or if you're more into building, you can just build up a massive base and protect yourself and build a massive army and attack on your own. You can play to your own play styles. Another reason that I love working with this game and this company is they let me be totally honest with you guys and tell you that if you hit that link in the description, it does good things for us. It helps support BS for Build. Obviously, when we have an advertiser like this, they want their product to be used. So you hit the link in the description, you get the game, you play the game, they're happy, I'm happy, it helps support BS for Build, and they will probably come back and sponsor another episode in the future. And it's you guys, there are so many BS for Build people out there that play this game along with me, and just huge thanks to all you guys. But anybody that hasn't, I urge you, hit the link in the description, and if you use that link in the description, you will get 200 free gold and a free protection shield right off the bat, and that free gold will get you to help building a lot faster, and the free protection shield to make sure you don't get wiped out before you even get started. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Hit the link in the description, guys. Download the game right now. Vikings War of Clans. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Now, strategy for beating the heat, I think we add water. We gotta make it rain. I'm at the hardware store, so I got this canopy in the back of my truck right here. We were gonna use it to create some shade last week. It was in my basement. It's not mine. I don't know where it came from, but I'm gonna use it. And then I think if I hang like a mister system or a sprinkler system from the top of that thing and just make it rain down on top of the work that we gotta do on the 240, that should do something. I hope they sell something like that here. Got the mister system, got the expansion pack. Should work if I don't melt on the car right there. Temps are down at 90, more in the shade, so I'm gonna stop complaining, but I wanna set this stuff up and just see how it does. I'm really happy with how that turned out. We got a canopy now to block the sun, and we got mister system. It only kind of wraps around this side, but I got an expansion. As soon as I'm gonna get a splitter for that, and then we'll run it down that side as well. Right now we got like 6 different misters, and they're fantastic. They really do work. That was really smart. Now let's move on to the Z. I know it's the reason you guys are all here. Obviously it's been delivered. I can't wait to tell you all about it. It's on a pallet right now. I think I could scooch it back and forth. Let me see if I can get that a little bit more over here so we can get everything in one kind of centralized location. All right, a little lopsided, but we got it all up on the jacks and everything. Now that we don't have, or now that we have the whole front end once again, it's a pretty equal weight balance. Once we chop that front end off, it's gonna be, the pivot point moves all the way back to here. This is like the center balance point of it. So it's pretty tricky that way. So yeah, this is the car that I showed you guys back in Cotati, California. That's like by the Bay Area. This is our new shell, and I kind of went over everything back then. We know what parts we need to fix. We're gonna get some patch panels from the other shell that's hiding behind the M5 over there, and we'll use those patch panels for the body work. The work that we have to do out here is once again, you know, putting it under the knife and cutting it up. We're gonna do things a little bit differently this time. I'm gonna leave a lot more of this cowl, a lot more of this section right here. I'll do a little bit cleaner job cutting out the firewall around there, and I will keep all of this trans tunnel essentially in one piece, as well as some of this floorboard material. I'm not sure what kind of condition it's in. I haven't really inspected it. I mean, it looks like that might be toast. Some of this floorboard stuff's gonna be toast, and if you guys remember, I know it was a long time ago, but our frame rails are actually, they kind of run through the middle of the frame rail right about here. So the floor pan is gonna be, you know, that's gonna be pretty custom. But keeping the trans tunnel in one piece is a really good benefit, because although our transmission is bigger and it's gonna be a different shape, that shape is that shape. It's pretty universal. So it will be of use, even if we have to widen it or whatever we need to do. Just having metal in that shape is getting us somewhere. So yeah, I'll definitely cut it out in a different way. Another interesting thing I learned was when we went through the process of doing our other one, that I actually cut out kind of a hole out of here, and then I found out at the very end that we actually didn't need to. It was really, really close, but we don't need to cut anything out of there. So I won't cut anything out of there, which will leave a much cleaner line going back through there, and we can utilize that and actually stitch weld our strut tower directly to that surface, and we'll be better off. This all goes out once again. These strut towers go out, these wheel wells go out, all that gets cut out once again, and we'll be putting our fuel cell and our other good stuff. Our roll cage will kind of come flying through here. All sorts of good stuff will land back here after we cut it out. So what's in store today? I feel like I've been a bit of a lazy ass today, worrying so much about the heat, and then now it's not even that hot, but oh well, it's still hot. I think that we should go ahead and, while we still have daylight, lop off the front of this section, and that's just getting us one step closer. I think the best way to do this, if I want to be more careful trimming out the firewall and keeping the trans tunnel, doing that a lot more carefully, one really good thing to do would be to just make a chop right about through here, get this front section out of the way. That way I can actually work from the front pointing in. So that's gonna be the work I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna grab the reciprocating saw and start to give this thing the chop. Transformation Tuesday. Plenty of room for a BMW V10. So this time, what we did different, obviously, is we cut in front of the firewall, and now I can trim up other stuff later. I'm obviously going to cut the firewall out, but you can see how it's so much easier to cut from this angle here and back down. Looks awesome. So that was fun, but that's about where I'm gonna stop. It's getting dark, and Chelsea's got some error codes on the M5 that I need to go check out. So I think it's time to head home real quick. And then I wanna talk with you guys again about that shop space and what the hell we're gonna do with that. All right, just got home and Chelsea's M5 threw an error code and might have put the car into limp mode. We're not really sure. So we're gonna go ahead and scan it with the OBD2 scanner, and it's locked. And then we'll read the codes and see what they mean. Well, you guys can't really see the screen here, but we had cylinder 7 misfire, just a generic misfire error. We had an error that the thermostat, it's one we've always had, that the thermostat isn't opening up as fast as it should be, so the car doesn't think it's heating up as fast as it should be, which is like, that's a problem with a lot of these cars, kind of comes and goes. And then the last one, I don't know what it means, so we're gonna have to jump inside and jump on a computer and see what it means. All right, I did some Googling around, and what it looks like is the mass airflow sensor, the MAF, is probably dirty or fouled in some way, and then that was kind of sending an incorrect signal, which led cylinder 7 to misfire. Maybe, or cylinder 7 is misfiring on its own, maybe from a fouled spark plug or injector or something like that. And then that sent some signals down the line, which pissed off the O2 sensor down the line. So we kind of had three things kind of relating to each other, all going wrong. But we haven't ever had misfire issues really on the car not for a long time. We had one once a long time ago. It's really, really touchy. So what we're gonna do is tomorrow morning, first thing, we'll clean up the mass airflow sensor and then have Chelsea drive it some more, and we'll see if anything changes along those lines. Sorry, I'm jumping around spots because my neighbor came out. So anyways, that's up for that car. We'll work on it first thing tomorrow morning. As for the space, I was talking with my mom today about it. I was talking with Chelsea. I know Eric really wants a bigger space to work in, and it would be nice, but it's obviously very expensive, and we don't really have the need for it. BS for Build's been doing okay. We got plenty of interactivity or relations with our sponsors, and the view counts are good, and everything's going good. So we don't really need to try and like look for other sources of income, like by flipping cars or building cars or doing customer cars or something like that. And I have so many builds on my mind that I really want to do, that the only way that would work to like build customer cars is if we did two things at once. And if we do two things at once, it's kind of like we're really deviating from the main path, and all I would be doing is hiring somebody else to work on somebody else's car kind of under the BS for Build name, which doesn't seem very authentic to how we started. And it also just, to me, it seems like just a pain in my ass. Like if I'm just paying somebody else to build somebody else's car while I kind of oversee it, and we could film it, but it seems like it would get confusing because we just got done doing something with two builds, Mercedes and the Corvette, and it seemed like a lot of people kind of just chose one that they wanted to watch and just watched that one. So although it's really interesting, it's something really cool, and I would love to someday have enough money to just expand into a much bigger space to work on one car at a time, just because it's so convenient and so nice. I think for right now I'm gonna have to skip that just to be financially responsible. You think about it, you save a couple $1,000 a month. You can at the end of the year, you know, you can afford, like my Lotus Evora was only $13,000 when we bought it to begin with. So imagine like you save, you know, however much money extra every single month. By the end of the year, you could go buy a basic busted up supercar and start restoring it. So that's the way I try and look at all these things financially. So I think it was really cool to see, and it was really inspiring. It's like one day we'll be there, we'll have a big old space just to have all of our tools and have like a lot of breathing room. But for now, kind of got to focus, I think, on better organizing the shop, cleaning it up, keeping it clean, and just a lot more organization. And there's a look and a feel I really want for the shop, and it is so far from that. It just takes a lot of time, and I haven't been willing to put it into it, but we will sometime. So that's it for today. Tomorrow's gonna be really fun. I'll just let it be a surprise, but things are gonna get a little wild tomorrow. I can't wait. I hope you join us. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace! Come on.